Are we on? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Microphone check. Lights.
Cameras.
This is swanky. This is lifestyle. This is culture. Welcome to the social center of everything culture. Culture Daily.
Hope you're enjoying the show so far, bringing you up to the minute news happening in Ghana, around the world, and plus even like which water company used to say pipe company used to say even space. Yeah, what was that? Which one? One of them. Yes, Inter, right? Say even space. We are bringing you news even in space. But anyway, welcome to the big side of the conversation this morning here on the show. The whole squad is here. We are still making our way towards the big day, 28th of September, the 3 Music Awards 2024, powered by Bang and Olufsen. So we're smiling in our chairs because we know it's going to be a crazy night. I know the work involved is something else. I wish I could just, before we even jump into our convo this morning, which has got to do with event venues and experiences, let me just do a quick run through to my team here on I know they've all had individual experiences working towards this award. Cyril, just in like 2 lines, what would you say about your experience in working towards the 3 Music Awards?
No be easy. No be is one word.
No be right. No be easy.
Easy, yes.
I know, it's exciting. Then you asked a question afterwards that do you want to come back here? Yes, of course we want to come back here. It's the experience, it's the adrenaline that it brings. Lenny, what about you? I know you also handling the various quite a number of things. Just 2 short sentences.
I agree.
I agree. It's yours.
With Cyril.
No be easy. So if you see a tweet from someone that goes like, what kind of this thing is that? They give all kinds of criticism that are sometimes really painful. How do you feel?
It's a journey to the final awards, Charlie. And even from
I'm saying post the awards. Like somebody just comes to ridicule what you've done.
Oh, you never see anything.
Well, I'll come to AC
you don't know. You don't know how
you are viewing this from a different place. So I'll come to you. But Olele, what about you as well, real quickly?
Don't jealous me.
I was waiting for Lele because he was making the face.
Listen,
when Lenny was speaking.
So, guys, we're going to be talking about something also quite a number of topics lined up this morning. Where we're looking at the indoor-outdoor experiences and where we are tilting towards as a vibrant entertainment space and culture. A lot of events are coming up. A few years ago, you had a lot of events happening indoor. You remember, right? I could list them. You had the Empire Entertainment one that was Ghana Miss Naija, and all the concerts that were happening in. I think YFM also had this one back in the day. YFM, we had this one that was Made in Ghana. Was it Made in Ghana concert? Yeah, I think it was Made in Ghana concert or so. Yes, indoors and other activities that were happening. A lot of them. Could they have contributed to where we have our theaters now? Because maybe the maintenance culture could not meet the demand.
We screech them.
We screech and the demand culture of the events that were popping up. But are we tilting towards outdoor activations? One, if we are, and if you do agree we are, is there a reason why people want to be outside more than inside? You go to clubs, or people want to be at the now the culture of, if you're looking at some of the outdoor pubs, people are subscribing to those a bit more. They want to have the outside, not because they want to smoke or enjoy something blown in the air like the balloons, but there must be a reason, and we want to drill down to the possible reason why there is if we agree there is a shift to where and how people want to have their experiences, their vibrant entertainment experiences. That's one. And then we'll also later on look at oh man, why does this keep running through my mind?
Keeps running out of your mind though.
Yes, so she picked up Afrobeats something at the VMAs, right? Tyler. Yes. My producer says Tyler Awards. And is that the representation
and spoke
of
about Amapiano.
Lenny.
But that's what she
I
did.
think that's what she did, but I think we should listen to it.
Yeah, so we'll play back the
Yeah.
video. Team will just get the video ready for us. We'll play the video back in wrapping up our stories for this morning on a big conversation here, and we'll look at that. But before that, also Big Brother is probably the only reality show happening in house, right? The next ones will happen outside. Yes. But if you blink, you miss probably a lot of drama in the house with Biggie. You don't want to do that. So lock on as they still fight for 100 million naira as a grand prize. It's all on DSTV. What?
I said 12 cities.
Seriously, really?
They will just come for him.
Really?
And have his head.
I ran to Dubai.
You ran to Dubai. Well, you've heard about the stringent measures that UAE has placed on Nigeria now with visas. Yes. I'll remind listeners about it again. But don't miss the action. It's 198 on DSTV and 149 on GoTV. Get ready to subscribe, or if you haven't, you've been disconnected, just jump on there with *759# and stay connected now. Therein, real quick. It is said that now Nigeria, you have to be plus 45 years. You must present an active, consistent bank statement of not less than 6 months.
16 million.
You should have $10,000 minimum in your account.
Emirates tickets returned.
Return tickets booked. Plus proof of your reservations you've made there. It's crazy. And in all this, they might even call you for an interview when they doubt it. Also, Live Resto Lounge has got something great for us as well. Each and every day, you can just drive by Live Resto Lounge. It's in Labauleshi Road. Down on your right, you see it there. Huge one. It's a beautiful restaurant with a serene environment, and you can enjoy all the amazing meals there at Live Resto Lounge. Okay? Since it's the start of a great week, how about you drive there this lunchtime and enjoy something there? Call 020-133-7766. Call 020-133-7766 to have an amazing experience at Live Resto Lounge. Eat hot, eat good. Whilst at that, also Lancaster University Ghana has got a great information and news for you as well. If you want to offer a degree program at Lancaster, you get up to 50% on your scholarship, or you can get up to 50% on your scholarship for a degree program at Lancaster University Ghana. Yes, you do enjoy a British degree at a fraction of the cost and be taught by the finest faculty of UK trained standards in their ultra modern campus. It's lancaster.edu.gh or call 020-960-7008. It is the only British university campus in West Africa. Anyway, guys, so let me come to our big convo this one. Let's start off with our indoor-outdoor experiences. And I may be right, I may be wrong. Are we tilting towards an indoor and outdoor experience? Your thoughts?
I think since
and anything you say, please with evidence. Thank you.
Oh yes.
And show your return tickets.
Yes, under the auspices of information. I think outdoor spaces have been on the rise due to the high commercial element that we've now found integrated in our events. I mean, gone are the days where sponsors just want their name on the ticket and on the billboard at the bottom somewhere, to now them building immersive experiences within these events. So now sponsors are turning their sponsorship into activation demands. Gone are the days that they do something blah 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 blah, put my logo here, do my this here.
On that, you've just read something very important. It might just take us off a little bit. I want to ask, you're a brand person, I want to ask,
it won't affect the price of the trip.
No, but doesn't that also take you away from the purpose of what you are attending?
Yeah, it does, because,
and if it is right, I'm asking.
I mean, it like I always say that if you look at Yankee and you see all the big events, the experience itself is seamless. Not even Yankee, I mean the Western world. The experience of the event is seamless. You don't have LPM every time the MC comes out. Your music break is not interrupted. This is brought to you by Asumesi and Co. If you are looking for a 3-bedroom house, bro, I'm not at that time. It's 1 a.m., bro. I'm waiting for somebody to come and perform. 2-bedroom house at this time on mortgage. At how much? But a just sponsor says we want people to see our product. So it's watering down our experience, because, and this is a jab at corporates, they need to find innovative ways to activate.
Don't go too far off.
Yeah, to activate with the event. not necessarily just piggybacking off the event crowd or the event experience. So the run up to the event is an opportunity for you to do a whole lot of things. Post the event is another opportunity to do a whole lot of things. And context of your brand activation will define whether or not it's a success or it's a failure. But a lot of people just blanket it. Like I'm saying, you could be sitting in an auditorium somewhere ready to jam, and an LPM has come about a sponsor because the sponsor gave money. In that time, in that place, nobody is thinking about buying a 3-bedroom house in Pram Pram. Nobody.
Oh, maybe somebody see a way.
Bro. You get what I'm saying? And that is a big problem. And they're like, oh, we want it on the stage. We want this. We want that. Yes, you want it and you think you're getting value, but you're not. The opportunity could have been maybe taking some of the early bird tickets people.
So corporate is shaping the experiences
We
now.
are bending to corporate because we need money. So when you go and corporate says, I want my logo all over the stage, blah, blah, and I'll give you the money you want. You say, well, I need the money. So the Foley Awards brought to you by Foley.
Okay, but let you away from the awards, but let me just come down to what I really asked you about. Where are we leaning towards?
Yeah, we are leaning towards outdoor.
An outdoor experience.
Outdoor. Because the
and
demand
in your
has become
opinion,
bigger.
you feel it's being shaped by corporate conversations.
Yes, absolutely. Because there's very, very limited things. Ghanaians, our event space is not brilliant when it comes to indoor events. There's a restriction. Once the physical venue offers restrictions, it applies to your creativity. That's why when we saw marvelous creativity shown like at George Quay's the theater performance, and it was groundbreaking. He sold that back to back because we haven't had anything like that in a long time. Because the moment you take national theater, there's do's, there's don'ts, there's possible, there's impossible. You already have a framework. It's a jacket. Going to an indoor space is wearing a jacket. The shape of that jacket will affect the shape of your event.
Please pause right there. Let me see if I can test AC's wits on this. You weren't probably born in that era, but you have grown to realize that when one person starts selling sachet water under the name Isilfoa, in no time you would have Fisilfoa, Mesilfoa, Desilfoa, and Resilfoa all line up in the same line.
Yes.
Yes. The culture of outdoor events has been there for a while. I mean, you can date it as far back as the Vibe FM's street carnival, and the likes. Those are the ones we came to meet. Do you feel there's also a chain reaction from people copying what people have done, and just that has become the norm of the day?
Of course, I feel like the copying is very evident. But what I was going to say about outdoor events becoming a thing was for COVID. Because I feel like that was one game changer for a lot of events. Some events that would be held indoors had to come out because of the social distancing or whatever. Because I remember when we had to open after COVID to sell food, right? We had to space out the seats because people still wanted to come out to eat. And so that's when people started to create vibes like, let's use Isegon for example. You meet people like outside having seats, sitting down and actually having a party, right? It started from stuff like that. Then the next thing we started to see outdoor brunches. It became a thing. Even though it's supposed to start in the day, it starts later in the day and then it goes to the night. But it became outdoor because, again, of the whole COVID thing. Then people started realizing that it's becoming a trend and also decided to jump on it. And a whole lot of things started to come up. Even though we had the Purple Pubs, I don't know when Republic came. But then after...
Republic has been
okay, so after like these... you said they have been there. So they started to get that... everybody wants to be outside, and so they will go for that. And then we started getting the Selassie on the house. The other people also start opening, and I feel like that also went into events, because you don't want to go for an outdoor event and then come and be inside. People don't want to be inside anymore. People like to be outside. People even sit in the rain and party in the rain. It even became a trend, and so yeah, that's what.
But why? But okay, before I ask my question, but Lenny, what about you?
Outdoor, because it's either outdoor or a merger of both indoor and outdoor, where for some events you see them doing outdoor for the general public, and then they have their carefully curated VIP ones as well. But also we've seen the rise of a lot of food festivals, a lot of music festivals, a lot of art festivals, a lot of DJ events where they just, have you come out, just have fun, just party, meet people back to back to back. And this was even probably before 2020. Right. In making reference to these outdoor events as well, let's not forget weddings, because weddings are also very much events, right? Unless you're not opening up to that, unless you're opening up to just entertainment. Because if it's weddings as well, I think that weddings also over the past couple of years have seen it being taken away from church, where it's indoors, to outdoors. People are doing more garden weddings, which also led to the rise of a lot of event centers. Right now, these event centers, beyond being used for just weddings, now people are more comfortable doing their naming ceremonies, their funerals, their parties, birthday parties, or if they're just throwing other regular parties at these event centers, which have now gone into festivals, because now festivals don't have to be music festivals. Don't have to just be set in a particular time. Where's Easter? How long has Kwewu been there? Kwewu has been there for time, right? Where that is only during Easter breaks that you have your Kwewu event. But now we have a lot of mini in quotes, because I'm comparing it to how big Kwewu is. We have a lot of mini events also coming up, and these have also added up. Now throughout the year, you can literally draw a calendar of all of these events, and you don't just have to block it to particular months and stuff.
Do we stand the threat of getting bored with the experiences of some of these major outdoor food, music, drink, and fashion festivals that we are seeing? Where at a point in time, do you feel that we're going to reach a point in time where people are tired of the same thing? Because I think we've discussed this before, though, of what do you get when you go here? What do you get when you go there? What is the real experience there? What's going to happen when you get there? Is it the same old stage that's going to be in the right corner, down there somewhere, and then you're going to have the artists come on stage, perform, and we are all going to go back home? Do we stand a threat of that becoming, like cliche? It's going to happen already?
No, I think not. I think it's a conversation of, do these event organizers have what it takes to give different experiences every time? So
I'm coming back to the question then.
Yes. So
are we going to get bored of it? Because sorry to ask you again, but it was Sutherland Park in its early days.
Yes.
It was, and then Gifford, right? Gifford. Don't worry, you're not born, so you can ask. Okay. Gifford. And then what was that? It was Gifford, right? Gifford, yes.
Sutherland, Gifford, and there was also the Botanical Gardens was also.
No, the one with the bumper cars was you. Gifford.
Larry's Way?
No, I know. It was at Trade Fair. Yeah. When you go, it was Gifford. If you go there are things, you are going on the
Ferris wheel and stuff.
Those wheels.
Trade Fair.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The Trade Fair, they said recently. Yeah.
Fair trade.
Yeah.
So what are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about such events. All it is answering the question. But I want to ask him a question.
I'm asking whether that was there, like
it was at the Trade Fair.
Yeah, that's
Gifford was at the Trade Fair. There was another one started with P. I don't know. I trust my loyal fans. The ones who are buying me the V8. Yes. They'll tell me right now. No, it starts with P. I think it was Pat. What do you call it? Fans, help me out. My V8 fans, help me out. But anyway, so I'm saying that such fairs had a lot of things happening. There were theme parks and a lot of things were happening. So the experiences were a lot and different.
Yes.
Yes. But in these ones we are making references to, does it look like the trends are the same, which becomes the threat I'm talking about to its whether these things can last?
No, they are not the same, because every generation will come with its own, excitement, or shall I say expectation. And that's why there was once upon a time a generation that would go to children's park and enjoy themselves, right? This new generation are not going to children's park. They are going.
There's no children's park as there was before. That's why.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's not our fault. It's not the fault of the consumer.
No, children's park is there. It just depends on what you want there.
Initially,
that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Activities
children's park now is not what.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what when I started.
So there's nothing to go to.
That's what I said. It's not on the premise or it's not on the responsibility of the consumer. It's more on the organizers or the providers of these experiences. They are supposed to be under the heat in providing such experiences, right? Because today, what we would have done with Children's Park, people are going to Bliss.
The Bliss.
People are going to Bliss. Families are going to Bliss.
Good Park.
To have that kind of family entertainment.
And the Raspberry Park, but now it's closed down.
Raspberry Park, in
There's
Kumasi.
one at Lakeside too.
You know,
The water park.
And once upon a
Marine
time,
something.
there was even this activity. What's the name? What's the name
The
of that?
shooting,
That thing
The paint.
the
That they
paint.
do with the
Paintball.
Paintball. Yes, it became a thing. I'm sure it's still a thing.
It's still there.
It's still a thing. You know, families go. You know, even work colleagues, they go play that. So I'm saying that as we grow and as we evolve, new experiences, you know, get introduced. I think there was a water park that was established somewhere. Was it Lakeside or Adenta?
Lakeside,
Somewhere.
yeah.
Lakeside.
Lakeside.
Yeah. And recently, I've seen that somebody has come to build, you know, some water park experience. You know,
Oh, yeah.
and I saw a bunch of parents and
There's
kids.
one
you
at
know.
Ahimensa as well.
You see, so like people are getting, shall I say, experimental with their experiences in terms of what they can offer outside. You know, like
Okay, can we
like,
draw a fine line between the venue and what the experience is and what the organizer is?
No, you could have a venue. So, case in point, La Raceway. La Raceway was a venue at the same time an experience, right? There was also house party carts or something. I think it was
House
Wejao.
party.
Wejao
What you're
something.
talking about is a house party.
You were talking about house party, right? House party go-kart.
Yeah.
You're talking about go-kart, right?
Yeah.
That's
They
house party.
came as the newly improved go-kart racing
go-kart, yeah.
experience for families, and they had all sort of things there as well. So there is a venue, there is experience, and there's what the organizer is going to use the venue and experience to give you. Do you get it? So there is that part for the families who want to go out and have fun. But you're also talking about events like maybe Akavaganza. You're talking about events like Tidal Rave.
Yeah.
That's what I understand from your question.
Yeah.
Are we going to get tired of that? No, we are not going to get tired of that, because once upon a time we would go for those events. As we grew and as we got, you know, bored, or we got, shall I say, overwhelmed with responsibilities. Once upon a time we used to go to a event in Joy FM's
Old School Reunion.
Old School Reunion. And we'll be there, we'll be jamming to this. You get me what I'm saying? But when they see them come into the scene, they would go to the Tidal Raves. They will go to, and I'm sure.
Please, I also go to Tadara.
Hey, please. You can't stand there for long.
But I was there.
Your waist to shake.
I was
But
there.
I'm saying that
For 10
as we
minutes.
move along, and that's why events like Tidal Rave and stuff, they get credit for what they've done, because they're able to stay with the evolution of generations.
Yeah.
Right? Because once upon a time, it wasn't ACDMs who were going for the Tidal Rave. There were people like myself and Lenny
Yes.
who were going for them Tidal Rave. But they've been able to.
And that's actually true. No.
Lenny, are you old or you are young? Choose one.
She's old.
What did you say?
So you are old.
Jinx.
But I'm still fighting your boss. Don't jinx.
I was going to say that Tidal Rave is a perfect example, because whenever you ask anyone who went to Tidal Rave 3 or 4 years ago,
But is that
they'll
enough
tell
time
you,
to consider that, to look at change?
even 6-7 years ago, when they were going for Tidal Rave, the experience is different from location to the time they had to go at first. Now,
Okay,
because
so
of the location,
let me ask you then.
it was still
So let me
outdoor.
ask you then.
Okay.
Did you attend the Old School Reunion?
No.
No.
Okay.
I'm not sure so but did you hear of it?
You heard it.
I think so.
Or the Sprite basketball.
I went for
no,
no, Sprite ball.
My
is-
question, not to
Okay.
throw any jab to any brand or any organizer,
Yeah.
but we don't have the Old School Reunion happening in its days, same as we don't have the vibe.
Let me
Street
punch a
Carnival.
small hole there.
Okay, punch a hole.
Vibes very good. You,
Yes.
your era,
Don't-
you were going for. Y'all were going for Vibe Street Carnival. Inosu.
Yes, Oxford Street.
Oxford Street.
Yes.
Y'all were jamming there.
Yes.
At that time, I wasn't even thinking about
Wait,
about
which
it.
one? Which one is the Vibe Street Carnival?
You see,
No,
just
no,
like you know.
because when I was a child, I remember very well. My dad took me to
Bruh.
Oxford Street.
Bruh, don't do it, bruh.
Let me steers
No,
they took you to.
just
Do you
like
guys
you-
remember
You
steers?
see, just like you, I
There's
heard.
another one.
Just like you.
Bruh.
Ah, Jay, that was the time TS was the thing, eh?
Yes, that's why Lenny remembers. That's why I'm pointing at her. Lenny.
Yes.
If it's throwback, why don't you do this conversation on Thursday?
I said it today.
No,
So-
we are just
yeah.
showing the evolution
Like
of
how
how
so-
your
good.
programs
So,
and
you
how
see-
they differ from
Good.
different
So you
generation
see,
to another.
I asked the question with regards to people and the experience, and I said not to
Yeah.
throw jab to anybody's event.
Yes.
But example, old school reunion.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't happen any longer. I'm sure if they try doing it, the same thing, it might not get the same
You know
reaction.
why?
Was it indoor or outdoor?
Outdoor? Crazy outdoor.
Biggest
Hence
outdoor.
the reason I asked that after going 3,
Sure.
4, 5, do you still the culture becomes the same?
That's what I was
do
trying
these
to
outdoor
use.
events
I think Joy
stand
That's what I
the
was
threat
trying
of
to
being
the
use.
old school.
Do you get the
reunion.
question I'm asking?
Yeah,
Stand the
but
threat of being
with
what's the word for something that's
So
repetitive?
no,
Sustainable.
see, let me
No,
see,
monotonous. Monotonous,
So
yes.
Jay, that's why I wanted to use tidal wave as an example. That's why I was saying that those who went for the very early tidal wave, the experience is totally different. And so if the brand or the organizer is able to evolve with whoever is now available to come for tidal wave, then the experiences they have to change. If you're able to change, then you will still have tidal wave,
And
but
again,
it will be different stories.
Not to throw shade
but
at
with
any
your
event
old
organizer,
school
it was
reunion,
the same thing.
but with the old
There
school
was-
reunion,
No.
you're
There's a
asking how
difference.
many.
There's a difference
Okay.
because
You see-
old school reunion was always happening at one place.
And
Okay.
it evolved,
Right.
and then it evolved.
But
the
it was
numbers
the same
grew.
thing. But tidal wave is different because the location.
No, it was at the
I'll come to you,
same
Cyril.
place
I'll
that
come to you.
changed because of the issues.
Yeah. But the
But which was
locations
quite
keep
recent.
changing over time. Maybe
It
over the past
hasn't-
2-3
it hasn't-
years,
Uh-huh,
they've
but
had changes
the
in
longest
location.
time
so
it has been in the
different.
No,
same
hold
spot.
on. So, the old school reunion, just for clarity's sake, because
Okay.
it's somebody's brand, was happening at Aviation Social Center for quite a number of years.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and the numbers were overwhelming.
Okay.
So it was moved to the
Trade fair.
Trade fair. Yes. Now beyond trade, even at trade fair, it was still overwhelming. The traffic was crazy. Maybe it didn't have any borderlines to tell what were the boundaries of the event because it spilled past trade fair and there was still a lot of activities outside. So now the next question is beyond that,
What next?
What's next? But tidal rave, for example, in that time, in the same time as old school reunion, tidal rave, they've also drawn their demarcation where it happens. Now the question I ask is, do these things stand the test of time? Stand the test of the challenge of the monotony and the sustainability, like what Cyril said.
I think people are still not getting it.
So
Okay,
I think that's what I
That's what
answered.
yes, and that's what I
answered
was
with
saying.
tidal rave.
Exactly.
That's, tidal rave is like the perfect example to use because they have been able to evolve.
Yes.
No.
with
The reason why
generation.
I didn't agree fully with you was because aviation,
Sprite ball.
old school reunion also grew till
Yes.
it reached a time where it just didn't happen any longer.
But you see, the question.
So
we
we are in the
ask
era of tidal
So the
rave.
question we ask ourselves is, what happened with the old school reunion? Was
Yeah.
was it
Let
a
me-
conversation of
so
funding?
no.
Was it a conversation of maybe not getting the leader support to run it?
No.
Because I'm coming on. Because
Are you asking? Am I saying no?
no,
I'm not interjecting. You asked the question. You said, was it financial? I said no.
no. I mean, I don't have that. I'm
So
just,
I'll
I'm just
come to
being
your
rhetorical.
reasons,
I'm,
yes.
I'm just being rhetorical that we may not have the information or we may not have the background, conversation that went into not having the old school reunion happen again. Right? But for
But we can
tidal
speak from
rave,
a consumer's point of view.
exactly. But for tidal wave, we've seen like over the years, like I'm talking about at least 2 to 3 generations that have been with tidal rave.
Yeah.
And
How
it's
many
still
years have they been organizing tidal rave?
Oh, it's been
so
a
why
while.
decade
been a long time. I mean, she's even
been
done with
long.
uni and she's
Yeah.
done the national service and she's still an employee.
No. Issy, hold on.
And you were there
I
before
think-
me, and
May-
and when
may
I
I-
whenever
Over a
I,
decade,
And
whenever
this is
I
the
mention tidal wave, do you know what I'm doing this? Whenever I mention tidal wave, everyone's experience is different, and even with those coming, theirs will also be different because I feel like the brand just wants to look at okay, this is the number of people that or the what's the word?
Demographic.
Yes, of people who can attend the event now. And so what appeals to them, and if we can, evolve. Tidal wave stage wasn't this big.
So the brand is
Before.
evolving with the trend.
Exactly.
And with the times.
And so that's
Now,
what I'm trying
not
to
disputing that fact.
Okay.
I'm not disputing that fact.
Then I think I don't get you.
So we'll come to our, we and you will come to
Alright.
our banter.
Okay.
Let's hear from Honorable.
Thank you.
constituency.
You guys are doing well.
Over the
on
weekend, your
this show.
constituency was very, very bad.
Yeah. You guys are doing well on this show. So I like it. This is what we like the youth to be doing. Constructive conversation. I'll see what we do at the ministry. Anyway, for old school reunion, the biggest driving factor was to reconnect and celebrate.
Sorry, it left small. Like you the
Like a blending.
Kim promise in hair going hair top where they put your hair for like he DJ promise. Sorry, that's the BNO music awards. A3 music awards. Sorry, let's go.
So the old school reunions goal was driven by the need to reconnect and relive shared experiences. So it is about what we did previously and coming together, wearing our uniform, the Gary Soakings, all those things. There was a big reference point that we used to gather and relive. Social media ruined that.
The experience for
Everything that you do at old school reunion is in your WhatsApp group. The bands, the meetups, the everything.
You're seeing them.
You are seeing it. So me going to gather somewhere with St. Peter's people to
you've already met.
I've already done it. Several. We've met 6 times this year. You understand?
I was saying about was Ziggy.
Yeah. You understand?
Diggy.
We've already done it. So that drive that I see fully tell you for come, the boys go day. We meet every day. It's on WhatsApp. We share memes.
So the Kodak moment was
it's gone. That is what happens when you build that's what social media did to a million other brands. Now the thing with Tidal Rave is that Tidal Rave is not celebrating the past shared experiences. Tidal Rave is pushing the narrative to create new shared experiences. So AC and her friends and her mates want to go to Tidal Rave to create something new and experience it together while creating it. We used to go to old school reunion to go and celebrate and rehash conversations that we've had previously. That's why the playlist was throwback. That's why we had to wear our uniform. That's why we went there and sang our school's anthem. That's why we went there and drank Gary Soakings, even though there's no need on God's green earth to have 15 guys by a bowl with tins of milk and granite and all that, because we were there to relive a past that is gone. And also the school system has changed drastically since then. Things that we didn't experience when we were in SS, to go and be doing old school reunion now, they're experiencing. They have phones, they have tablets, they have laptops. They go to school, they come back anywhere. They don't last anybody
there are more
again.
valid points. So there are more activities within the year under review in WhatsApp groups, and now schools are meeting more often.
The excitement is diluted
than having to go to.
There's nothing to look forward
There's
to.
That became a threat to the
that became the Achilles heel.
Yes,
Because right now, if I'm going to gather, if I'm already in a WhatsApp group with St. Peter's guys, I know what's up with everybody. Gathering at trade fair really offers me nothing new. But back then, we didn't have that. So that's where you link up, that's where you catch up, that's where you relive moments, blah, blah. But now if I have a moment in my head, they kind of they lash me, I make late. I just put it in a WhatsApp group.
So do you
and
agree
that dopamine is exhausted.
So do you agree that everything has its Achilles heel? Like
Not everything. What Tidal Rave has done is driven by the desire of the attendee. So Tidal Rave is not promising anything. It's just promising a good time. Your definition of a good time is totally different from AC's definition of a good time.
I mean, not to hinge on only Tidal.
You understand? Because
the new activities. I don't want us to center.
The last time I am using myself and Tidal Rave as examples. The last beach thing I went to. When I went to Tidal Rave the last time, there was the ACs in the corner doing AC-ish things.
Wow.
As per their generation. And me and the old people I went to were in a cabana, and guess what? Everybody had a good time. You can't get that at old school reunion. Yeah. Can't just go and talk and be quiet somewhere and experience it. You have to be a part of it. The jama, the everything, the uniform, blah blah blah, all that. And once that thing is disconnected, you don't vibe it. So for me, it's salo mango and local mango. It looks alike, but you know.
That brings me back to the sorry, Olele.
So
Your mic is up. Yeah.
No, you keep it off.
Per the two examples that we are using, obviously it wouldn't be fair to put Tidal Rave against old school reunion, because obviously old school reunion had a purpose, right?
Yeah.
But because we were given examples of outdoor events, that's why I included old school reunion. I would prefer we talk about a conversation. We talk about events like Vibe Street Carnival. Okay, the Osu Vibe Street Carnival, which was arguably one of the biggest street carnivals at the time.
Yeah.
Why did it stop? Was it a result of resources, sponsorship? Did people get tired? Because old school, Vibe Street? Yeah. What's the word? Vibe Street Carnival could serve the same purpose as Tidal Rave if we are keeping it a buck. I mean,
It did. It's literally the same thing.
exactly. So if we are going to go by this particular theme or this particular discussion, then we can look at what happened with
the
Vibes Street
context.
Carnival in context.
That's
And then look
why I
at
said, do they
Tidal
all
Reef.
have the Achilles heel?
Yes.
Do they all have a weakness? Do they all have a challenge and a threat?
So
and that's
why,
the question as
so
well. I like what you're saying.
So I wasn't at the time when Vibes Street Carnival was a thing, right?
Yeah.
I heard of it. You know, I heard of it because when I go to Steers, I hear people talk about it. Right, like look forward to the Vibe Street Carnival, right? Because that was where it was happening. It was happening on the Frankie's Road, you know, block everything. But I never got to that. I never got to that carnival, right? But I heard how big it was, and even with the work we do now, you read about it like, oh, it was actually my cook did crazy
Yeah.
stuff, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the question is, what
Why
happened
did
to
it
it?
stop?
Was it resources?
Yeah.
Was it sponsorship?
Okay.
Was it
So I tell
to
you,
amplify your point,
So,
right?
okay.
To amplify your
From a
point.
consumer's reason, sorry, Cyril,
Yeah,
from a
no,
consumer's reason, not from the organizer's reason, from a consumer's reason, I beg you, from me who went to all
Let
of
me
them.
small disclaimer.
Yes, no, it's more disclaimer. The first two was organized on the Oxford Street. There was one, and then there was two. They were both hits, and then I think the numbers grew. And that's why I was coming to Ace's point. The numbers grew, so they moved it to the Independence Square, and that, for me, changed the experience
Yes.
of having to walk, because you see, there was Steers, there was Frankie's, there was Papaya, there were some other joints, and there were activities and activations.
Was it
all
just like
happening.
Charlie what it has?
You know,
Yes.
yes, I was just going
Was
to
it
say.
part of the
Yeah.
You see,
strategy?
no,
Yeah,
you
I
see,
mean, Oxford was there.
there are-
was there.
see. So
the
we
hub,
are,
like-
we are,
like
we
the
are,
hubs.
we are forgetting that as a people, we have a sustainability problem. Period. And a lot of things that are cast with events have to do so much with where the event is. Even Tidal Rave changed locations. And I think the last time I was in an interview or something, they spoke about it. That after changing it to the challenges they had and all that. So your venue is really a very volatile thing. I'd rather be oversubscribed and exclusive than keep trying to accommodate a large crowd and water down the experience of it.
yeah.
Every event in Ghana that I've seen that tried to move to a bigger venue because Charlie last year the here park always flops. There are events, Coachella, Burning Man, blah blah blah, that the number is the number. If you are doing Foley Fest and it is 1,000 people you want, that is it. 5,000 people want to come. Up your price, grow your exclusivity, get more value for it, and make it a specialist thing. You understand what I'm saying? But you cannot move from great, beautiful Oxford Street, where people have the opportunity to get food. People have the opportunity to just chalk at Frankie's and watch. People want to show off. People want to drive down the street in their cars in the crowd. People want to do all sorts of things. And everybody's coming for varied reasons. But the moment you take it somewhere where we are all going to go and do the same thing for the next 6 hours, you've diluted the experience. Even though your business goal to accommodate all of us is tip top, you've diluted that experience. I want the hustle and bustle.
Yes.
I want the giddy giddy.
Good.
I want to climb the pavement with half my car
Hence the
and be
question that
anxious
has to be
about
answered.
it.
What
You know?
what are the possible challenges around the new wave of outdoor activities that we are facing? There's ED and there's extravaganza, there's tidal rave.
Oh,
They
that-
are all.
that-
They
that
are all.
one is
They are all.
very
Yes.
They are all becoming. If you want to ask me, they are all becoming monotonous.
But
They
that's
are
what
all.
he said.
they are-
Right? Back to the
Yeah.
beginning.
Yeah.
But you know, they is everything now. They are so. It's like now organizers and brands are in their wisdom so scared that it's a little food, it's a little music, it's a little let them walking around at exhibition. It's always
Games
that.
as well.
What?
Games as well.
Games as well. It's like if you ask me, it's like we can't put together a unique, mind-blowing experience. So let's put a bit of everything. It's like what's the? You remember when we used to buy food and they would put it in the rubber, shake it, mix it, everything, just squeeze it out of the listen. That's what all the events are becoming. There's no gourmet touch to it. There's no this is a seafood experience or this is is that. No, it's all the same thing. If I closed your eyes and dropped you in any of our events
Okay.
that we have now,
Let me
You understand?
let me choke you small.
Please, with
let
a
me
blunt
choke you
knife.
small. He speaks on this based on somebody who's grown within the generations. He's very old, grown in generations,
Oh, wow,
and
John, you are
maybe
doing well.
facing the adulthood disease.
Yeah.
Where I get tired of. So I want to draw this back to
No,
AC.
no.
Oh no, I'm coming. Ah, my bad.
I'm a bad example for this. I'm a bad example.
When you and I go to the places, my brother, look, can you?
Oh, Olele. Lenny,
Can you believe we always have breakfast?
Am I not there? Am I not there at the 2 a.m., 3 a.m.?
No, I'm saying no.
Oh, I'm there.
Wait.
Ezzy, have we gone somewhere
When
that
I
left
talk
early
about
before?
this experience,
Yes.
before I say it, before I say it,
earlier than
the
everybody.
Ghana
No, that's
Niger
it.
Food Festival is
That's
also
the
happening.
two of them. Why are you
Which two of
taking
us?
All right,
somebody else?
guys, the Ghana Niger Food Festival is happening. I'm sorry. It's happening on the 5th of October. This is also a food festival, so it's going to be a food bazaar. It's happening on the 5th of October, 10 a.m. to 11 p.m.
I have a review for this, but I want to be nice.
It's going to
So, go on.
be an exciting one with artist Stoneboy. Is going to be there.
Yes, that's what I said, go on.
Chin Chin Band. Listen, tickets are on sale now for star 713 star 33 star 12 hash. Star 713 star 33 star 12 hash. If you also want to be a vendor, you can book a slot by calling 0550 600 699 0550 600 699. Brought to you by Aspera International. It is going to be crazy. Yeah. So Essie, I want to ask you this. We are wrapping up.
Okay.
We are wrapping up. I want to ask you this real quickly. Based on what Cyril is saying, yes, he's trying to defend and say he chills. But for somebody who went to have breakfast, guy, he was taking his early morning beer, telling us that it was that's an old man disease.
We had breakfast at 11:46. Did you know that it was up to 2010 before Russia made beer alcoholic beverage? Oh, come on, 11:46. I can't drink beer.
How Cyril would chill? Like he said, he in his own words, he said he went to Tada Rave, and what did he do? Kamana,
But I'm a big boy. I cannot be walking around. I can't be walking around that. But only
You subscribe to what he's saying. That
if I get Sunday, my designers sneakers,
are the
all I do.
experiences still as exciting as they are for you?
With some events, yes. With other events, it's it's the same. It's one way,
Okay.
right? Because I was speaking to people like Biggles,
Are you
Fahim,
pledging?
and they said there's certain concerts or certain
Yes.
outdoor events that they won't go to. They would prefer
Yes.
maybe a DJ rave where they know they'll be getting different genres of music and the food and those experiences. That's like even a one-time thing, but as to the concerts and the rotation of the artist is becoming a one-way thing, and so they wouldn't want that. And so that's why people prefer events that would have something outdoor that goes into a concert later in the night, something that's just different. And so I don't want to go, but I just think Tidal Wave is really doing it for a lot of people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It gives you a mix, like a good mix of, if you want to stay for the concert, because I know people who go for the afternoon session of Tidal Wave and go home. They don't wait for the music, and there are some people who are also coming in the evening for that. And so if you're able to give consumers a little bit of everything,
Okay.
in a way that like they're still not bored, yeah, I think that
AC,
works.
What I think is
okay, I want to say something. AC, do you go clubbing? Have you been clubbing before?
I don't like it, but like
Aha.
once in a while.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Olili.
The clubs have not shut down,
I
have
don't
they?
know
No,
about
no.
Tahari.
They exist for a reason, right?
Yes.
And every Thursday to Saturday or even Sunday night, the clubs are full, right? People are there jamming.
Yeah.
It's not the same experience.
course.
It's drinks, it's party, it's big, it's a
it's
loud
indoor.
noise. It's even indoor, right? That's why I keep saying that you stop going clubbing when you realize that you have outgrown it,
Yeah.
right? But it doesn't mean that the generation after you will
Won't
not keep them
come.
in business.
True.
Events that exist today are existing because they have the resources, they have the infrastructure to keep it running. If you don't have money in this economy, in this our time, you cannot keep your business or your event business running. That is what is going to sustain the events from either staying true to what they are offering. This experience you are talking about, it is money.
It's money.
You see, the sponsor
A lot of it.
We in 3 Music Awards, we couldn't do the awards last year because we didn't have money. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's a conversation of how much money do you have to keep the experiences or to keep the event running and also offer different or varied experiences. If you have the money, that way we go feel say, yeah, Charlie, you there upon it. But if you don't have the money, you go feel close shop.
So
and I even think that the monotony is an individual.
It's an individual.
thing.
You are the one
like
feeling
you
the
would
monotony.
decide that I've been to this thing over and over and over again. I'm tired of going for example, if there's a serial concert, you've gone for the serial concert every time for the past 5 years, right? It's the same thing, even though they are giving you different artists. When you get to by the time you get to the 3rd or 4th year, you can say that this is what's going to happen right after. They're going to do maybe a DJ set right after the musicians come, maybe 3-4 musicians come, then they're going to do something else after that. So it's an individual thing. You decide that you are not going to indulge in whatever monotony there is anymore. But again, should the organizers give you something else to look forward to every year? Let's say you've gone for the first one, the second one is different. Then you go for the third one, it's different from the first two. Then you go for the fourth, it's different from the first three. Then you know that there's something to look forward to with every edition that comes.
So can I ask?
You have different things that will happen. So
we have to wrap up.
Just to rebut on Olele's point, I think we're miscategorizing the stuff.
I'm gonna say that.
The nightclub is just a location. It's not an event.
No.
It's not curated. There are pockets of experiences that, depending on who you are, you will feel at home. If you go to the nightclub and the part where the strippers are is your popping point, you are in heaven. What is happening at the bar and who is buying bottles? And found the bottles guy who has won his bet and wants to go and pop bottles is totally different from me who just want to sit at the bar with my whiskey and watch Mike Smith play. When I was going clubbing in 1642, and I wear my trouser and my shirt and we'll go to Tahari. Some days I'm going clubbing because some girl I have a crush on and her friends said they are going clubbing. So yeah. Other days me and the boys just want to go drink and jam. Oh yeah. Some days we just want to go and listen to music. But the nightclub offers that catalog of experiences. Right? So you can, when you go into an average nightclub, there's an old man there. There's some guy there in super sugar daddy mode at age 55. Cool, chilling. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's also somebody at the gate who is underage struggling to get in. So nightclub is totally different from a curated experience that offers ABC. Old school reunion is offering old school reunion. That's not where you come and listen to for the music sake of it. That's secondary. That's not where you come for the food of it. That's secondary. It is driven by the old school reunion. But
okay, so hold on.
Do you get what I'm saying?
What are you going to look forward? What are you going for or to see at, let's say, a tidal rave or an extravaganza?
That's what you're looking at. Curated experiences.
No, so I want to know, what are you going to look for?
Personally?
Yes, personally.
I think it's just a great space to be with my friends and try new stuff, especially with the food vendors. Try new food, introduce people to new food, jam with my friends, take videos and create memories, really.
Okay.
Do you have time?
We don't have time, but I mean, I'm trying to buy into 5 minutes more so we can wrap it up.
Because
before you read your point. Okay. So the Guinness Extravaganza is back. Don't forget it, please. Join us for the old school. Now, there's a twist in this one now. Is the old school meets the new school edition on 21st of September. It's happening at the Good Park, and it's going to be a different experience from where you've been already. Yeah. It's happened already at what was the old place? That was Untamed Empire. Now it's going to Good Park. It's a bit more of a family-oriented place. The likes of King Promise, EL Dope Nation, Ketchen, many more will be there. Tickets are on sale for at star 920 star 63 star 00 hash. Star 920 star 63 star 00 hash. You can go to extravaganza.com. Okay. Now Buzz Activates and Guinness is bringing you this event. It's happening on the 21st. You don't want to miss it at the Good Park. A good jam, keke. All right, Olele, let's wrap it up in 4 minutes.
We are talking about the impact of monotony.
Yes.
And I'm saying that it's the impact or the effect of that impact is on the individual, not the event or the venue.
Okay.
Because you can go to the same event every year for 10 years and will not feel tired because you believe that every time you go to that event, something exciting happens.
Yes.
Right? People who have been going for tidal rave. I used to go to tidal rave. All right. I what do you call it? What's the name of this? Dirty rave. I used to go from its inception, right? I went dirty rave, right? And after the last 2 or 3 ones, I didn't go again until the next dirty rave had to do with just the DJs. I wanted to go and see what the experience with just DJs would be like, and I had a blast. Do you get what I'm saying? The next one, I don't know what's going to be, but I'm like, okay, I'm looking forward to hear what type of experience they're going to share with me.
Yes.
There are people who are just loyal to the Dirty Rave brand.
Yeah.
Every year they want to be there. Whether it is the same experience, they just want to be there so that they can add it to their achievements. There is that as well. it is the people who determine and say, Charlie, today I don't want to go. I don't want to go. You can't force that out of the person because it is a lot of things that's happening.
Yeah.
It could be that the person does not have the purchasing power to go again. It could be that the person has gotten newly acquired responsibilities and that is taking their time. It could be that they've even migrated or moved from wherever they used to be that will give them easy access to the place.
Yes.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, monotony, impact of monotony is an individual effect. It's not on the event organizers.
Okay.
They will continue to
Do you
try their
guys agree
best
with
to
that?
provide.
Okay.
That's why I mentioned
They will
that
continue
it's
to try and
it's an
provide.
individual
That's why I
thing.
brought in the club. That not to say that the club and the the outdoor events are the same thing. I'm just saying that the club also equally offers an experience, whether I like it or not.
Yes,
If I
it's
go
an
to the club for the first time, I will experience something that those who have been going to the club for years may not experience, right?
Yes.
And if I keep coming back, I keep coming back because even though it may look monotonous, I'm enjoying that experience. Now I will make a choice to say, okay, I want to go Friday night or not go. And there are people like that. People used to go to the club every Friday. Today, actually, I don't grow, Charlie. Man makes stress. I'm Charlie. Like they give you all sort of interesting, not because that the club is not serving the drinks they don't want, or the club is not playing the songs they don't want.
Why don't you go clubbing?
It's just because they don't.
Not to watch your outdoor chilling spree.
I don't want to come at anybody, but I don't get it. Why do I want to come and show off my money at the club? I'm not coming at anyone. Seriously, it doesn't make sense to me why I would.
People go to the club and don't spend anything at all.
I'm coming. Like that's one of the things that gets to me. Another thing is that some places are really, really cold. If you are not dancing, if you are not drinking, if you're not smoking, you would start to feel the cold and people get there and press their phone. Just be home and listen to music. I don't get it. So if you go there and sit there,
the question you ask yourself is, why is the guy or the girl going to the club to press the phone?
Experience
and you see, that goes to what Olele is saying. What I mentioned, that
why would you go to the club and press your phone?
When you go to the club, you're not going to press phone.
That's what I'm
because during that time they didn't have phones. They have landline. You would to the house.
Even now, they
How can you carry your landline? Because at the time they had landline. You carry your landline to the club. It's not possible.
When you see the girl in the club, 0302.
Cyril says that when people we're going to the club to press different things, not just phones. So we'll wrap it here. But let me say a happy birthday going out to my brother Cedric Abe. It's your birthday. Have a blast today, Charlie. Enjoy it. Yeah, I know you also have birthdays.
Belated happy birthday to my best friend Kezia Hira AEC. I love you so much from the bottom of my heart. Mwah.
Belated happy birthday to my mother.
Yes.
What was that?
Love you. Yeah. Her birthday was yesterday.
Oh, my best friend.
Love you, Mama.
Well, so all the birthday celebrants, enjoy your
belated
day.
happy birthday to me. It's July 16th.
It's past.
It's 2 months ago.
Our conversation
today.
ends this morning here on Big Conversation. But I'm sorry we couldn't touch on the Tyler bit, but we'll bring that conversation later on. But we are not done with this outdoor experience because.
Culture Daily was brought to you by Telecel.